This is the Mack and G Show.
Welcome to episode 29 of the Mack and G Show. We're calling this our summertime episode because technically the summer has begun, right?
Even though it rains every weekend.
It does.
And it doesn't feel like summer.
But it's like, during the week now and it's beautiful.
Right. But it was like 53 degrees.
Wasn't good. Wasn't good. So we're heading into summer season here in the U.S. on the East Coast, and we figured let's have a summertime.
Summertime.
Okay. We have a lot to catch up on before we get into it, but we'll just give you a little bit of a heads up in terms of what we're going to be covering. All things summertime, right? What it meant for you and I growing up, what it looks like now, the songs, the food, the chaos. And then if you stay till the end, you and I are going to have the age-old debate, what is better, ice cream or slush?
Slush. Okay.
What? Don't say yet.
I didn't say anything.
Okay,
slush.
good. The other thing I want to point out is hopefully if you're watching this on YouTube, hopefully you see some interesting scene behind us. But what we have up for the very first time is what, Ricky?
A green screen.
The green screen.
I was going to say bad day. I don't want you to make fun of me, though.
I think they also call it chroma key.
Chroma key. That was what I was going to say next.
So the green screen's up. Hopefully by the time you see this, you'll see some interesting background. If we can't figure it out, then you're literally just looking at a green screen.
It's a nice green background. It's fine.
It is. I like it. Let's talk about the catch up. First of all, we had a collaboration with the Vent This podcast.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. That was cool.
That was fun. This is the first time you and I were guests on
another show.
Yep. And
we wouldn't shut up either.
No. So they're supposed to do 3 vents and we never got
We only
by
got to 2. I felt bad.
But it was good conversation.
That was fun.
Yeah,
was
so
cool.
it's Chris and Paul.
Yep.
Paul's originally from New Hampshire and then went out to LA. I think he went to New York first and then LA to be a stand-up comedian, which is kind of what he is, right?
Yeah.
And then Chris, I think, is like Emmy award-winning producer or something.
Yeah, I read her bio. She's wicked impressive.
Yeah.
She's really cool, too. I really enjoyed being with those two on that show.
So we had a lot of fun.
And
Gary was nice too. They actually have someone that edits their thing.
Yep.
So that was a lot of fun. Stay tuned for that one. I think they film a lot in advance. So they just released something yesterday, but it wasn't you and I. So maybe it'll be next week. The other thing is we are going to be recording an episode with the Midlifers podcast.
Yes. I blew that one. I had like neurovirus.
You weren't feeling good. That's fine. We were a little underprepared anyways.
My bad.
Yeah. So Mez and Fonz,
I'm sorry. It's my fault.
No, they're 2 good women from Australia, kind of similar vibe of you and I, talking about nostalgia and cool stuff. So
I think they're a lot younger though.
I think they're in their 40s.
Yeah, they're
okay.
younger though.
God, I hope they are now, because then I'm going to be like,
no, they're young. They're cool. They're funny.
Yeah,
we're gonna have fun there too.
We're gonna have a lot of fun with that one. Yeah. So stay tuned on that one.
I watched the Goonies just to prepare.
They're big fans of the Goonies, and I had seen it many years ago, but saw it again, and so we'll be able to talk about the Goonies.
Josh Brolin's in that.
Unbelievable.
I mean, it's like all the
I told you he reminds me of Scott Conley in that.
Yeah,
just the way he looks. He looks exactly like that. A couple other things I want to give a shout out to. We live in a small town called Boxford. And today I offered up my services. They had a special Father's Day event down at the Council on Aging. My sister has a lot to do with the Council on Aging. And she said, will you do a trivia contest? So, which is near and dear to my heart. My father was really into trivia. He would ask us trivia questions at the kitchen table. He worked for Parker Brothers. He actually was involved. Parker Brothers at one point took over Trivial Pursuit. So his job was to come up with trivia questions. And
that's pretty cool.
This was before Google and ChatGPT, where you can literally just press a button in the office, which is what I did.
Yeah, but that's...
Yeah, so it was kind of nice, and we did that today. And again, a shout out to the crew.
So there's a whole Council on Aging now with Mack and G paraphernalia.
Exactly. I got to show them how to get onto Facebook, and then maybe they'll follow us. And then softball starts up in 2 days. We'll say that. But speaking of ball, you had a really cool experience recently.
I did, yeah. My friend Gary, our one of our big our fans here, good friend though, season ticket holder, set me up with an opportunity to hit at Fenway.
That's awesome.
So that was cool. I went with
You
my
were
wife.
actually at home plate at
I was
Fenway
at home
Park.
plate. Yeah, maybe I'll have a picture I can show you.
We can share
But
it.
yeah, no, it was pretty good. I got some contact. I didn't hit the green monster. One person did. There were
So that's
couple,
not
like,
bad.
20-year-olds.
And there was a lot of people there, right?
Yeah, I mean it's funny. Like there's like a whole line.
You have a
waiting.
beef though. What was your beef?
Well, yeah, the pitcher machine wasn't super accurate. The first two bounced in. So, but I didn't
can't
care. It
believe
was
you don't
just a
get
cool
them back,
experience.
and you had 10 swings.
Yeah, like I said, I was psyched just to be there, but I don't like. It's not intimidating being there, but everybody's watching and critiquing how everyone hits.
Yeah.
Some people hit nothing, not zero, like
Zero.
0 for 10. Like even before me, there was a couple of people couldn't.
You
make
actually
contact.
want that person right before you, because then you're like, phew.
Yeah,
I got to
yeah.
do better than that.
But but people are like, oh, that was great. Or like, they're watching you. So
And you got to walk all the way around the field too. Like, did you touch
we went
the green
in the
monster?
dugout. I have a picture of my wife.
I saw
in the
that. You
dugout.
sent that to me.
Yeah. So
Were you able to touch a green monster?
I didn't go that far. No, we went into the dugout and then we.
Could you have?
I'm not sure. My wife said there were people up on top of the monster.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if that was from that group or there was there were Fenway tours going on too because we went to the gift shop and stuff. So it was fun though. Then we went to the Peru. We went to Italy. It was
Yep.
great. I had a nice day. Thank you, Gary, and thanks Jen because she came with me and we had a fun day. It was
That's
good.
awesome.
It was pretty cool.
You didn't let her swing? Couple
Can't.
swings?
Only one person
Oh, that's
per
it.
family gets up.
There we go.
So
All right.
Fun,
very,
though.
Very cool. Very cool. So that's that's all our catch up? Is that all our catch up?
well, you started with the softball. Our season starts. We had a draft. We got a solid pick. We have
Yep.
some really.
We have some guys that hadn't played for a little bit that are good that came back. So we should be a lot more competitive.
Yeah, we're looking for a fun season. When we've talked before, we love the league. It's like a big family.
Yep.
I know there's different teams and everybody's competitive, but at the end of the day, we're all from the same town.
That's true.
It's like a big brotherhood. Everybody's, pretty friendly. We have like a block party after games and everybody's together and their kids are out playing. So
Yeah.
it's a
good
good
vibe.
vibe. It's a good league.
Actually, the season's already started, but our first game is on Friday.
yeah, our first game's on Friday. And
Yep.
I think we will be better than last place this year.
Yeah, and just so you know, I don't think it's on live, but if you did want to check out Boxford Cable Access,
Yeah.
you might be able to watch some of our games.
I'll pull hammies.
Yeah, although they don't cover us a lot. But
Well.
all right,
They're going to start. Watch.
yep. So let us start with summers of the past. Summers when you were a kid. Why don't you start out and tell us about your summers?
My summers that I remember, so I remembered a lot of times. So the way I think I told you this earlier, my family, so my mom was not a big fan of like overnight camps. I don't know
Okay.
if there was some weird thing going on with her parents when she
I
was
never went to
younger.
camp.
Yeah,
I never went to camp.
she didn't like sending camp, so we had a pool in my house. So I spent a lot of time, there, like in the pool. And
Everyone was at your house.
right. Our friends came to us. My sister's friends, they came to our house. But so we had a lot of fun. We was always there. My mother liked it better when we were home because my sister and I were got in a lot of trouble when we were kids. So I think it felt better having our friends there.
Now, let me ask you a question, because as someone who has a pool now, right?
Yeah.
If my kids are out there, I'm not sure I want to go out there and cramp their style. So, would your parents go swimming
No.
when you were there with your buds?
No, never swimming. My mother was so afraid to, she had no, I don't want to say it like this, but she didn't have fun. I don't want to say she didn't have a life, but my mother her family was really strict. So she never had like friends. So she wanted us to
Got it.
have friends
Now,
and
was
have fun.
it? Was
so
it?
she stayed away.
But are you painting a picture that she was nervous?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, she was just, her parents were really strict.
Whoa.
So,
Okay.
so she wanted the opposite for us. I mean, she was strict
Oh.
with grades, but not with, friends. Like I said, she was actually let us do too much. Like she gave us a lot of leeway and we took it.
Mm.
But anyway, we were home a lot, but I always remember like being at my house or my friend's house in our pools. Again, my sister was 3 years older than me. So I'm a kid, 10, 11, 12 with like teenage girls hanging around me. I couldn't be there enough.
Yep.
And then-
you lived Porky's.
Yeah, right. And then, and then also, we lived that whole 80s, kind of stereotypical that you see it everywhere now. Like we'd take our bikes, we'd ride our bikes to Revere Beach. We would.
I want to give it a little bit. If you're in the Boston area, Revere Beach.
Yeah, it was Revere Beach, the oldest beach in the country, public beach in the country.
Is that true?
Yeah, it is true.
Should we fact check that?
You can fact check that like
Okay.
a motherfucker. It's true. And but we used to go drive our bikes there, and we'd get a slice of pizza and a Coke for like $1.50
Imagine
at
that.
Biankey's. And Biankey's, I don't know who knows it now. If you're from the North Shore up here, you know it. It was a like a famous.
Is that
pizza
definitely
place.
the way you pronounce it? Why do I feel like it should be Biankey's?
I grew up there. It was Biankey's. That was
Interesting.
I mean, you could say Biankey's.
Do you think you all screwed it up and they just didn't want to correct you?
I don't know.
Okay.
But during the days we were there, at night maybe Kelly's. Kelly's roast beef, which that's
again, that's
more
a staple
famous.
in the area.
Yeah, that's more famous. I wasn't a big roast beef guy when I was a kid. I love their chowder and I love their.
I don't
their
want to diss on Kelly's at all, but that's not where I would go for roast beef.
No,
even though it's Kelly's roast beef,
but
I would go
Johnny,
seafood there.
They had the best chowder. Their chowder was like it wasn't thick.
Seafood,
right? It was awesome, right? So I always got a small chowder and a burger. They make their burger. They grill their
buns?
seeded roll like with butter on the grill, and then they put. It's like such a good burger, And
When's
then
the
we
last
had
time
friends
you had
who
one?
worked there.
You can still
Maybe
have
a couple months ago. I don't go
Is
on
it
the
the
beach.
same? Or is it a little different?
I haven't been to the beach, so I haven't been to Revere Beach. But I mean, because there's one on Route 1, there's one at the mall up here. So I went to the one on Route 1. It was still good. The burger was the chowder wasn't. I mean, they changed owners, so I'm not sure how that's gonna go.
Yep.
But I mean, I loved it then. I could live off that chowder. It was like it was.
Maybe we should do a little road show.
I'd love a road show.
Right?
Yeah.
Go there, taste it.
You got to be careful going to the beach now.
We'll pick whatever. Mine was Land and Sea. That's where I would go.
Yeah, Jen too.
To get my roast beef.
Yeah. You went there one night at 3 in the morning.
That's true.
After softball.
Thank you very much.
You're like, I'm going home. I was like, all right, Johnny's going home. Like, where are you? I'm at the Land and Sea.
When I get a feeling for roast beef.
How was it open that late? It was open till that like.
I don't know if they were open that. Yeah, it must have been like a Friday night.
It was late, Johnny.
Yeah. So it had been Friday night.
Yeah.
Right? Because we would have had a game Friday night.
You must have been in heaven.
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2 junior beef, cheese and mayo, and a pizza roll, and a small chili. So,
well, what did you do for summer? So I had the beach because we grew up on the beach.
Yep.
So, we had Pool Beach and.
Yeah. So mine, there was a time period. Maybe there was like 4 or 5 years where we didn't have a lot of money growing up. So like 4 or 5 years, my parents would scrounge up enough money and we would rent a place at the Cape for like a week, right? Me and my sisters. So that was always fun. But so I remember doing that for like 4 or 5 years. And then I just think Cape prices got out of control, right?
Do you remember what town it was or?
You know what? I
Hyannis or
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it was always in the same area.
Did you stay like near the water, like on a beach close?
Yeah, it would be like a little cottage that was kind of near the water.
That's awesome. So you guys have good memories there.
Oh, it's great. It was great memories. Yeah, it was really fun. But then when I wasn't doing that, I was here in Boxford, going to the Styles Pond, the town beach.
Did you go to Camp Rotary?
Never.
As a kid? You never did?
I never went to camp.
So our town has a pretty famous...
like around the area, there's a lot of different...
In the North Shore, people, like even in Boston and,
people go there.
They go... Yep. So our town has,
Pond.
What's it called? Camp Rotary.
Camp Rotary.
But it's like, it's a week, no phones.
Yep.
No contact with your parents.
Did your kids ever go?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Victoria, her 2 best friends in life, she met there.
Yeah, I never... Never went, but I would go to Styles Pond just to swim, right? Ride our bikes there.
Is there a flowing? That's a pond?
Yeah.
Was there some sort of like water?
I mean, there might be a stream that's rolling into it.
No, it's a
little creepy.
I skeeved ponds.
Yeah.
You know what skeeved me? Like I don't know if people the word skeeved.
No, I think that's a legitimate word.
But like I never liked standing water.
Yeah, I mean, I only did it because there were kids my age that were there, so it was kind of fun and stuff like that. And then I would always.
Did you fish? Like, do they have little boats?
I wasn't. I mean, people could. I never really fished when I was a kid. My dad wasn't really into fishing, so I never really fished.
See, we used to go off the piers and
well, that would have been fun. You would have been right?
Yeah, and like we used to catch pogies and snag them, and then put the hooks in them and catch bluefish.
But in Massachusetts, at the ocean, you don't need a license. Technically, you would.
No,
you would need a license in the pond.
You need a license. Do you need a license on the? No, I think you need it on the ocean now too. Because I went surf casting with Costas a few years ago,
and you needed one.
I think you're supposed to have it.
The state makes money on it.
Probably.
That's miserable.
But that was fun too.
But I mean, you know what I would do is in the summertime, I remember I would play summer baseball. And I started getting tired of baseball a little bit.
Yeah.
And there was nothing worse than, like, let's say you would
it's hot too, right?
You'd go to the beach and it would be like, whatever, 3:00. And then my mom would be like, we got to go. You got a game tonight. And like, you're putting on baseball pants.
I was like that with hockey though.
It's hot.
'Cause hockey was
Well, at least
all year
hockey's
round.
cool.
Yeah, but it's, it's not so much putting the stuff on as like just leaving. All right, I'm leaving my friends right now. I'm in a pool with a bunch of older girls at my sister's age. Oh yeah, let me go friggin'.
Oh, you know what? I can't believe it. I have such a like warm memory of when we were growing up and it was really hot. We only had 2 air conditioners. One was in my parents' room, and then they put one in my sister Kathleen's room, who was the oldest, right? She's passed away, God rest her soul. So when it was really hot, we would go into my sister Kathleen's room, Liz and I, and we'd have cots.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so
it was fun.
Oh, and we had a black and white TV, and we would watch, Johnny Carson, and like that was special. That was really
cool.
That was really cool.
It was like that at my grandmother's house. She didn't have central air or anything. She had AC in one room.
Did you have central air when you were a kid?
We got it.
You did?
We did, but we had one big air conditioner that it
yeah,
literally did a whole floor.
Yeah.
It was huge. It was like not in a window. It was like in the wall. And then one year they just put it in, and now I don't think I could go back.
Did you, when you were an adult, did you ever live in a house that didn't have central air?
That's what I'm saying. Once we got married, my wife and I were like, yeah, we have it, and
so
we can't go back.
That was not the case with me.
Oh.
I would have all these like window air conditioners in the basement. And then like every time it started getting hot, you'd have to lug it up and put it in the window.
I remember that. I mean,
and I would do that at my parents' house. My parents, I don't think my parents ever got central air in Boxford.
I mean, honestly, if you had a couple and it did the whole house, you really didn't need it.
I know. What a pain in the ass to put those.
I mean, I've helped my friends do that, but right now, I don't think if Jesus Christ, well, we do with our kids and stuff, between when they were younger and now, and my kids, they jack up the air conditioner all the time. It's a constant battle in my house with my wife. Like if it's a little barely warm, like Victoria will get up and she'll put it down.
Do you know what battle's going on in the McMahon
68.
house right now?
No.
The 70-72 battle.
I
want it at 72.
I keep it at 72.
And they put it to 70. Yeah. And then I moved to 72. And here's the other thing. You have to have auto fan. Auto fan is what regulates on and off. They keep changing it to on.
Yeah.
So it's always on.
Right.
I'm like, what are you doing?
We actually, my house, believe it or not, I think it's 76.
Oh.
And then they bring it down to 72.
Oh. Well, that means your kids are allowed in my house. Because if they're happy with 72.
But I think the houses are, I think everything's,
yeah.
relative. Because it's
sometimes it's not even the temperature. Sometimes you need it on when it's humid.
Yeah.
Like it can be humid and like 65 degrees, but if it's humid, you want the AC on to get rid of the humidity.
Yeah.
I mean,
I need it on. I can't sleep if I'm like sweating. I can't. But right now, I think like opening the windows is great. My kids would just keep the windows.
Oh, I love that too. I love that feeling.
It's nice. There's a breeze. It's
So listen, stream of consciousness, slip and slides. Did you have any slip and slides?
I did. Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah. I mean,
people get hurt. Like, is there a rock underneath it?
Who doesn't get hurt? Yeah. I mean, but you have to remember, I didn't have a lot of grass.
Right.
My whole yard was like either cement or hot
You didn't
top.
put the slip and slide on the cement, did you?
No, but we'd do it at other people's houses who had grass and find a way to get hurt.
Now, you were, Revere's technically a city. Did they ever open up the hydrants?
No. That's more East Boston. That's where my father grew up.
So I had cousins in Brooklyn, and they would do that.
Yeah,
in the
that's
summertime.
more city. I mean, again, I'm trying to think. They have in Chelsea where Scott grew up, and Jimmy, who was on our show, like they have like a city pool.
Oh,
you know what I mean? So like, if you used to be able to see it, like if you're
you
on the
get
parkway,
good fungus there.
I would go in it. I mean, you could see it. It's like Walt. It's like sardines. Everybody's in the pool.
But
I mean, so
I
instead
hope
of
they
a
have
hydrant,
a lot of chlorine.
Yeah, but like cities had some like community pools, but the hydrant thing was younger. Like I said,
again, when I was real young and I would go to Brooklyn, it was you see that and it's kind of neat.
Yeah. But we used to do the like a different version of that. Like maybe we used to put the sprinkler on. And
run through the sprinkler.
You know what I mean? Like we would do that.
Yeah.
But I didn't have a lot of grass in my yard. My job was to cut the grass. It was probably as much as the.
Not a bad job then.
Yeah.
Right?
But
would they pay you?
I don't know. I had what I wanted anyway.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, but I used to use an electric lawnmower.
Oh.
And I went over I probably killed 3 friggin'.
Not a plug.
Yeah. Oh, no, it wasn't what they had today. This was in the 80s, right?
Right. So it had to be plugged in?
So like I went right over the extension cord. That was that. It was gone.
I did it more than once. That must have happened a lot.
Yeah.
Was there like a fail safe so you didn't electrocute yourself or something?
I don't know. There was no fail safes back then. Were there?
I got you. No, probably not. No. That's back when you could play lawn charts. Remember?
Yeah. I remember I was practicing my golf swing on a little patch of grass, and I was taking up divots. My father never hit me. I think that was one of the 2 times he gave me a smack in my life. I was like, what the hell's wrong with you?
You were golfing then?
When I was a teenager, I started golfing in high school.
Oh, okay.
You know,
I don't know if I knew that.
yeah.
Okay.
I told you I golfed for years before the kids,
Yeah.
and then we.
All right. So I wanted to make a comment about this shirt. So my birthday was last month, and I want to do a shout out to my loving family who got me this shirt. It's a Chubby. You know Chubby?
No, I don't know Chubby.
It's a brand, right? Is that what it says right there?
Yeah, Chubby.
Does it say that?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's got we have golden retrievers, so it's got golden retrievers on there.
Yeah, I see it. That's cool.
Yeah. Originally they got, so this, whatever. I need like double XL now.
You're tall.
Yeah, I don't think that's why.
Oh, I was trying to make it fit.
Yeah, I don't think that's why. So they just got me XL and it was a little bit tight. So they had to, return.
It's okay. You get away with fits
but
you.
I'm a big fan of the shirt. It's a nice shirt, right?
Yes.
We'll golf with this.
Did you have dogs when you were a kid?
We had pets. We had horrible experiences as pets. Like we love them, but just tragedy left and right. How about you guys?
We had a dog and a cat for a long time. Like our dog probably lived to 15.
Oh,
The cat probably lived.
what kind? What kind of dog was
It was
it?
a French poodle.
Oh, okay.
So
Yep.
that's what my mother wanted.
The smaller the dog, the longer they live.
So my mom lost the baby before she had my sister.
Oh no!
So that dog, I think that dog was born, like I think on my, would have been sister's birthday.
Oh my god!
So she was
Oh,
older
I
than
never
my
knew
sister.
that, Ricky.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh.
So that was a big thing for my
Yeah.
mom. So like she was, my father hated that dog.
Oh, okay.
But it was like my mother
so he
protected
hated
him
it for
forever.
15
Yeah.
years.
Oh yeah. Used to like nip at him. Like it wasn't
Really?
it wasn't like a warm and fuzzy dog. It was like
Okay.
It was like I love mom, but you
Did
suck.
the dog love you?
Yeah, I was good to it. We're people. We're like
Yeah,
animal people.
yeah, Yeah.
And we had a cat that was, if any of my friends know this or ever watch, I shouldn't even laugh because it's not funny, but we used to have a cat that lived out in our yard.
Oh,
So
is
it's a
it?
barn cat, even though we didn't have a barn. And
Yeah.
like we used to take in the kittens, like it would have kittens and then we took
Sell
care of
them?
them. No, I wouldn't sell them. I would give them to good families.
Oh, okay.
And one of them just wasn't right. You know what I mean? It was like the runt of the litter. I don't know if the mother even tried to kill it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like we saved it and it never really walked right.
So you kept it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Her-
What'd you call
Her
it?
name was Tiger.
I thought you were going to hit it with something.
No. But it was Jeff. No, but we used to put it had a bell on it.
Oh.
So we could because it didn't meow either.
Oh, boy.
So, but it was cute.
How
It was
long did
13 years.
Wow.
That's not too bad. I mean,
Yeah.
I know cats go longer, but
yeah.
so
That's very nice of you.
Tiger. I used to just like
Wait, so at one point you had the mom and the kid? Or no?
we gave the mom away
Oh, because you
because
just
she
wanted
kept having
one?
kittens and stuff.
Okay.
So we found out
Could you have gotten her fixed maybe? Do you think?
it was an outside cat. Like we felt like it was happy doing its thing outside. You know
You
what I
could
mean?
have gotten your outdoor cat fixed.
But we had a cat too. Like I don't no, that was his mother. I don't know. No, it used to bring mice
It
to
almost
our
sounds
door.
like maybe you didn't own this cat.
No, it wasn't our cat. That's what I'm saying. It was an outdoor cat.
Oh, I thought it was just you kept it outdoors in your house.
It was an outdoor cat and it had babies. Like it would find
Oh.
spot like in our yard and have kittens.
Oh, okay.
So then one time we let it in the house. It had kittens in the house.
What a tramp. She was just getting
Yeah, but
pregnant
that's what I'm
left
saying.
and right.
So what we did was instead of keeping her and getting her fixed, we found a good home for her. Good
you
home.
took the special cat.
We took the special cat.
Oh, that was nice of you.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
nice of you.
Yeah,
All
but
right.
that was our pet. You talking about.
I'm not going to tell you pet stories because they
no,
were.
yours don't seem to be. Fun.
Yeah, no, they're not good.
You know.
Maybe some other time. So I think one last thing that was very prominent for you and I growing up is, we're in the Boston area. It was just listening to Red Sox games.
Yes.
Like, because they were literally, they're on every day.
Yeah. No, I remember just
Right? It
being
was comforting,
outside,
right?
whether I'm cleaning the something or I would sit out in the yard for hours and just have the Red Sox on.
Yeah.
And we've talked about this before. Like, baseball was made for the radio.
I think so.
Right. It was like, it's a good sport for that. But I remember just listening, in the 80s, probably like it was Clemens. When like Roger Clemens was pitching, I listened to the whole game.
Because it was strikeout after
Yeah, I know.
strikeout after strikeout.
Yeah, it was anything, something. He could have a 20 strikeout
Yep.
game. He had 2, I think.
Yep.
And then in the 90s, it was Pedro. I'd always listen to that. But, Joe Castiglione, we talked about, he just retired.
Yep.
But you remember his
And
voice.
his son's doing it now, right? No?
His son's like a reporter. I don't know
Oh,
if
okay.
he's doing like color. Was he the color? He was the play-by-play or
I
the
don't
color?
know. Do you listen to the Red Sox anymore?
Kind of sometimes.
Do you really?
Well, if I'm in the car and I'm listening, I mean, they've stunk, but
Bad.
they called up
Yeah.
Roman Anthony.
Yeah. Yeah.
I watched like
and they've won a little bit.
I watched the game. So they call him up, right?
Yeah.
He's in the outfield. They hit a ball to him right under his glove. I was like, you gotta be shitting me. I've never
That's
you
par
usually
for
don't
the
see
course.
Professionals do that. It went right under his glove.
And the
they
kid
let
was
up, like,
probably
2
nervous, right?
Yeah.
Like, wow.
But he was the number 1 prospect in baseball.
And now he's up.
And now he's up. So maybe
Dude, have we won 4 of the last 6? Not that I would get too excited about that.
as long as they're in a like they have pitching,
Competing
they
for
have
something.
enough. There's something missing with that team. I don't know if
Can't
it's the
score
coach,
runs, right?
but they have enough talent.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They have the talent, and now this kid's here. I mean, the problems with
losing the 2 guys.
no, the third baseman there. What's the hell's
Oh
his
yeah,
name?
yeah.
Jesus Christ! How
We
old
follow
are we?
baseball.
No, what's his name?
Yeah.
I can see his face. Hey, you want to play shorts? Hey, you want to play
No.
first base? No,
No.
Devers.
Yeah.
So
Raphael.
Devers was a bad vibe right from the beginning.
Yeah.
They moved him from third. He didn't like it. Then they moved him. Then the third baseman got hurt. They wanted him to go to third, and he said no.
Sometimes you need like a leader that can lead. He's just a good player.
I think Bregman was supposed to be the leader of that
he's
team. Now he's hurt and he's out.
It's not good.
But
All right, ready?
Anyway, baseball was a big thing for the summer.
Yep, in the
boys of
summertime.
summer.
And it's not like we were good when we were kids either. So we were just doing it because it
Clemens-
was something to do.
In '86, they were pretty good.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying though,
Yeah,
right? Like more often than not,
they were never good enough.
Yeah, that's true.
They were good. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Good enough to like snatch the rug out from under you when you think they're going to
Or
win.
Bill Buckner.
Ugh.
Yeah. All right. Switching gears. Now we are going to talk about summer music. Right?
It's going to be hard for me to talk about music because if my friend Joe's listening, he's going to make fun of me. But when
Okay.
you asked me what I thought of for a summer song, the first song that came to my head was this song.
Absolutely. DJ Jazzy Jeff
Yeah.
and the Freshman
Right.
Summertime. I mean, yeah.
And I don't even like, was it around in the 90s maybe?
Definitely the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like a summer, it's called summertime.
I also think the radio plays it in the summertime. They
Yeah.
play it up in the summertime. So
Do you feel the same way about Will Smith since the slap?
no.
I don't
No,
either.
it's a
Kinda
bummer.
I loved him. I
Yeah.
always thought he was cool, grounded. His family's nuts, and I don't know what happened to him.
Yeah. That is,
You
that
can't go
does
around
suck.
slapping Chris
I guess
Rock.
when you're that big time, you get off the rails a little bit.
You don't slap people.
No.
That's not right.
No, it's not right at all. All right, so we got summertime, boys of summer.
We forgot mine.
What?
Where's my Van Halen?
Did we not have it there? No.
So-
All right, so what's
Oh
your
my
say
God.
it?
Van Halen.
Yeah. And what was it called?
Summer Nights.
Summer Nights.
Yeah,
There we go.
That was a good summer song for me.
Yeah.
But I mean, remember, I don't know if this is going to be on here too, but when we talked about this earlier, because there's some stuff here that I don't remember seeing.
Mhm.
Being again out as a kid, and you're either at the beach and the radio's on. We used to listen to Kiss 108, like
Yep.
at thing and
Around here. Yeah.
right? And like again, my sister, she listened to that music. I was like a BCN or,
Yep,
or
rock.
actually like
You were a rock.
like AAF.
Okay.
There was this WCOZ at the time, but that's another story.
Okay.
But at 12 o'clock, every 12 o'clock on Saturdays, they play Wishing on a Star. Yeah. And that kind of gives me a summer vibe because I just remembered always being on, whether we're at the beach or at the pool or out. And like when they're listening to it, everything stopped and that song was on.
Yeah, summer was just awesome because you weren't working. Although eventually you were working.
Do you
right?
remember that? Like, was that?
Yeah, no, I do.
I mean, that was like a
Yeah.
huge,
Do you know what else I remember?
might have been like a Riviera.
And I don't know if
thing.
this is necessarily a summertime. Remember Dr. Demento?
Yeah. But was he AAF?
I don't know what he was on, but I would listen to it like late night. I put the radio on when I was going to bed and play that. In the summertime, that's like in the summertime.
That song reminds me of my kids because we used to have, that game where it was on the Wii and used to dance to it.
Yeah.
So I forget what it was called.
That was one of the songs
That was in the summer.
that you had to dance?
And it was an easy one. Well, no, like you had to do the steps and
Yeah.
it would mimic like
It would
you on
pick
the
up
screen.
where you were
yeah,
and
on
make
the screen.
sure. Yeah.
So like that was an easy one. That was like a level 1. So I was like, I always did that one because I could get away with it. And then Richard liked the song too. He used to have it on his.
You just reminded
playlist.
me, somewhere, I hope it still exists, Tyler was probably 8 years old and we were at my sister-in-law's place, and they have a giant family. And Tyler's like the youngest of everybody, and they had that game, and he got up to do one of the dances, and he was like trying to, and we have that somewhere.
Oh,
I got to
that's
play,
awesome.
because Tyler's now
What was
six,
it called? Like
6'3".
dance
Fever?
off or what?
Dance fever?
No, sorry. I thought you said something else.
What did you think I said?
Nothing.
Okay.
No, it wasn't dance fever. It was.
Dance
We used to
off?
call it the dancity dance. I don't know, whatever it was.
Okay.
Because Leah was so. That was when
It's
Leah
one
was,
Google search away.
Leah was really little, and the other kids were older, so she loved it. So,
Yeah.
like we all did it
Yeah,
together.
yeah,
It was fun.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that song in the summertime.
How about the
reminds me of
Go-Go's Vacation?
that. Yeah, it's great.
Maybe,
Sure.
right?
Why not?
Yeah, I'd say so. So we did a little bit of that. Now let's go. Well, I mean, we could talk a little bit about food when we were a kid, but I feel like the food is when we were a kid is kind of the food now too, right? So what about summers now? You're saying all you do is work.
Well, I mean, when you were a kid, you were out of school.
Yep.
And we would go out all day and night and come home whenever. I mean, now as an adult, you work. So my summers are on the weekends.
But
So,
you
I mean-
go to the Cape, right?
Yes, we'll go. It's a little more difficult now. My parents are a little older, and
Yep.
it's harder for them. I'll drive the car, but I mean, for years, since my kids were little, even before I had kids, we would go down the Cape. We have a home down there, so it was it was easy. And
Now there's sharks there.
I got to tell you, you're not lying.
I know.
I think they're on the other side, like the
There's,
Chatham
there's
side.
apps that'll show you where all the
I have
sharks
it.
are.
I have SharkTivity on my
Yeah.
phone right now, and like
That's
if
kind
you-
of scary.
If you look, like it, again, like Chatham around that way, there's more. You know why there's more seals everywhere? I don't know if we talked about this before.
Why aren't they eating the seals?
They are.
But
It's-
they're
there's-
producing more seals than they're getting.
I think they're
eaten?
overpopulated, maybe.
Mm.
So what's happening? Like they're following them in. They're getting closer.
And the seals are protected, right?
Yes.
Except from the sharks.
Are they up here now? Sharks too? I mean, they're definitely down the Cape. I mean,
so
here's
so
next.
one of my comments about summer is, remember when my father-in-law passed away, there was some inheritance, and we got a 2-bedroom condo, as you know, because we
Yeah.
had you guys up in Kennebunk, and we had that for like 5 years, and it was awesome. And Cassandra's all over that app,
Yeah.
and slowly but surely you'd start to see those sharks up like main waters. So
Yeah.
they're everywhere.
That's got to be later in August though, because the water's cold.
I'm
now,
just
so-
saying, at any point,
Right.
right? That's
Right.
kind of scary.
Yep.
That's kind of
It's
scary.
not too bad. I'm on SharkTivity now. It's not too bad this week.
No?
I think the water's still kind of cool.
Mm.
I think when it warms up, they'll come up. I remember that time there was a shark, right? And they found a girl on the beach. She was chomped up pretty good. So we had to get a
This is a
couple
joke.
of buddies, and we got this guy. And we rented a boat, and we had to go out and get the shark. You remember that? I never told you that story.
Was the name of the boat Orca?
I forget, but it was It was me,
Actually, it's funny you
Me,
should say that, because I
Quint,
was going to bring this up. When
Hoop.
you saw Jaws for the first time,
Hooper,
Quint,
Quint,
yeah.
Hooper, and Chief.
did you want to go in the water after you saw Jaws?
I was afraid to go in the pool.
That was so freaky.
I know that was a scary. Well, we were young.
Yeah.
That was out in the 70s, right? Maybe 76, 77 ish.
And they filmed it on the Cape, right?
Yeah.
Even though it was.
Was that was Spielberg, right? That was a Steven Spielberg movie.
Sure.
I think it was. But
Yeah.
listen to me. I'm going to tell you right now. Jaws is one of my favorite movies. I've said this before. And-
John Williams did the score.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did a lot of scores. He did Star Wars.
Yeah. Everywhere.
But that movie, like not being a horror movie, is still one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
I love it. It's just that's
Yeah.
a great movie.
Great movie. Now, equally as good as that was Jaws 2 and 3 and 3D. Was it all bad, right?
No bueno.
They weren't good at all.
No.
Yeah.
Jaws 2 maybe when they went 3D and Luke Gossett was there and
That wasn't good.
not too strong.
That
Although
wasn't
what I
good.
did like though, they had that Meg out not too far.
You liked that?
I did. Leah loved it.
It's a giant shark.
It was the Megalodon.
okay.
Might
Never
be-
saw it. Should I see it?
They made a Meg too, but it was Jason Statham. Is it
Yeah,
Statham?
you like him.
And he was
Yeah.
good. Like it was just like a goofy friggin'
Yeah,
shark
good.
movie, but it was
Yeah.
good. It was like there was some funny parts in it. Like
You saw it at home though. You didn't see it in the movies.
I think we saw it at home, but like Leah went through this really
We should
crazy.
go to the movies so we can get some popcorn and soda.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Although here's another
We
thing.
could do
I
a
want-
review.
Here's another thing I want to say.
Can we do a review?
Yeah. Where's the applause? Day 6 of not getting my energy drink.
Oh, nice. Are you
And I feel
substituting?
better.
Are you
I feel-
substituting?
No. Nope.
That's good.
Yep. Just water. I do Propel which is calorie free, but there's got to be some sweetener in there, like non-calorie sweetener in there.
Listen, those energy drinks I told
Bad.
you before. They're no
I
good.
know. No, I always knew they were bad. It's just I was hooked on them.
I know.
So
Well, they're gone. So
Yeah.
it's
See
just,
ya.
you know what? If you can live without them for 6 days, you don't need them at
see
all.
ya. And by the way, here's another thing that's big in the summertime for you and I: softball.
Yes.
That becomes a big part of our
Right.
summertime.
It's how we met.
Yep.
It's that I mean,
Our kids
Yeah.
played together, and we even won a championship in 2013. Trophies up there.
yeah. So that was 12 years ago.
Yeah.
Oof.
We're due.
Well, I mean, we'll have a good team, but yeah, that is a tradition for. I mean, actually,
Yeah.
how do we not even come up with that when we're thinking about things in the
Yeah.
summertime? That's literally
Yeah.
our summertime.
And just to give you guys a sense, like if you're a guy and in a town that has softball, there are roughly like 8,500 people in our town, and you have to be from the town or work in the town,
Unless you're the mailman,
right? And by the way, there's no commercial stuff in our town, really.
there's nothing in our town.
Yeah, so
There's
you pretty
2
much have
stores.
to live here, and we have 15 teams.
Right.
That's a lot,
It is.
right?
Yeah.
And if you have to pick a team to root for in Boxford, Massachusetts, you root for the Boxford Patriots.
Patriots.
That's what you do.
Yep.
Whether you're in Australia, West Coast, whatever. That's who you got to root
Everybody's
for.
a Patriot.
Absolutely.
Who's a Jet?
No one
It's
is.
It's when you're a Jet to the end.
I guess you're right. Oh, that's right. Sharks and the Jets.
Yep.
Yeah,
you
good
got
for
that.
you.
See that? See
Good
what
for
I did
you.
there?
Barbecue
Or cookout.
or
What do
cookout.
we say?
We went over this a little bit. I think
what you said made sense.
Yeah, I think cookout can be anything. Barbecue's got to be like barbecue stuff.
What's in a cookout?
You could have anything, right?
Tuna sandwich.
You could have a tuna sandwich in a cookout. Sure, you could.
What's the
No, I don't know. What can you put on a grill?
Fish.
No, when you put when you get like the Chinese sauce, like the
Aso?
reddish sauce,
Yeah.
you can cook that on a grill. That's not barbecue.
Yeah, it is.
No, it is.
Isn't that
It's
thing
Chinese.
you're doing?
It's aso. It's Asian. Not barbecue.
I still think it's like it's all encompassing like barbecue.
Because
Is
it's
like,
on a grill.
I don't know.
Mm.
Just when I was a kid, it was like, yeah, I had a barbecue. That's it.
Hamburger or cheeseburger.
Always cheeseburger.
Yeah, probably too.
But I don't go like.
If you had to choose a hot dog or a hamburger, what would you choose?
Ooh. That's a tough one. Like
I like all the
I feel
stuff
like
you
a
can
hot-
put on a hot dog.
a hot dog's like a snack. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
but I
it's-
like the stuff you can put on a hot dog, like the relish.
If you had to pick one, I'd pick ketchup. What would you? You could only have one. What would it be? Like mustard?
Probably. Yeah, I'm not a mustard guy,
Oh, really?
even though I'm German, part German. Yeah, I don't like mustard. Now, it skipped a generation because my kids like mustard, but
My
I just don't
family's
like
more.
it.
Excuse me, mustard.
Yeah, healthier
I-
for you probably.
Did you read about ketchup? I've been reading. This
It's all
like
sugar
all this
and
stuff
bad.
coming up. Like it's not good for you. Like they
At
show
all?
they show you how they make it, and it's like, oh my god,
Really?
it's supposed
Oh,
to be really
is there
bad for
is
you.
it something weird like they're allowed certain amount of bugs in it
I don't
or
know.
something like that?
It's like it's all sugar. It's just not. It's like
Mm.
it's you think
That's
it's
why we like it.
It's not healthy.
That's why I never thought it was healthy.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. You think,
Doesn't Heinz have a healthy version?
You think tomatoes? You think tomatoes? It's good.
Yeah, but remember like Tom Brady was like, those are nightshades. Those are bad for you.
Nightshades are
So-
bad for you. It's like for what do you call it? Inflammation and stuff.
Ricky, you're Italian. Think of how important the tomato is for cooking.
Well, that's why we're always bloated up.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I don't think so. You know what I want to start doing again in the summertime, because I did it last summer, is make the pizzas.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that was
So
fun.
I got an Uni pizza oven
Yep.
last year. Love it.
Yeah, you did a
Right?
good job with it.
Right?
Yeah.
Kind of fun. I got to get going again on that. So plug for
But
that.
what you need to do though, you were making your own dough. Just buy the friggin' dough.
No,
It's easier. Buy the friggin' dough.
I
Come
feel
on,
like
man.
that's better. No, I would buy it sometimes.
Just it's easier, right?
Of course it is. Well, it's
If it-
also easier to buy it in the store.
No, well, I know.
Or go to like a
but I'm
flatbread
just saying,
place.
it's like that's a whole nother thing because you have to let it sit and stuff. It's
Ricky,
like
you make your own pasta?
I mean, I'm gonna lie, tell the truth. I've made my own pasta,
Yeah.
but right now, no, I'd buy it. It's
I want to
easier.
do that. I want to make pasta.
I mean, I like it, and I like it when it's fresh and it's cool. But like, there's a store for me called Sabella's right across from where
Yep.
I work.
And that's
It's all
right.
fresh pasta. I can
Mm.
go there. I get raviolis. I get whatever ziti. You know,
The other thing, as an adult, mowing the lawn. You and I mow our own lawns, right?
Yes.
We don't have. I had a service for a little bit, and I just let you know.
I listen. That to me, I put my headphones on. I
Yep.
told you, I forget what we talked about or not, but apparently my wife tells me, so I put my headphones on and I just listen to music.
First of all, that protects your ears from the sound of the mower.
Right.
So that's good.
But it passes time. I listen, like I'll pick a playlist, like I'll listen to, like I like Soundgarden, Pearl Jam, or it could be the Beatles or Van Halen, and I sing.
Tiny Tim.
Yeah, sometimes I tiptoe through the tulips, but when I'm mowing and the everything's on, it's loud, so I sing. I sing like I'm at a concert.
Oh, but they can't hear you because of the mower.
But no, they can. My wife said, she goes, I can hear you. You're over there in the yard, and I can hear you
Really?
singing at the top of your lungs. She goes, you got to cut it out. You sound like a moron.
Well, I got to tell you, one of the biggest moments of my life, and I'm being serious about this, was when I finally got the sit-down mower.
It's great.
My dad had one.
I told you to get the.
No, I know. I'm not. Who didn't? I didn't say that you didn't say to get it.
I know, but you're like, no.
Well, no. I mean, it's not as cheap as a push mower. And I remember my dad had one, but I don't think it ever worked. By the time I knew what it was, it never worked. So I never used a sit-down mower. But man, the John Deere, love it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's awesome.
You drive around, you hit reverse. You just be careful, don't hit things.
I probably have already done that.
Yeah. I learned the first time I used to go over stuff, and
Yeah.
you know what? I went over my well cover, tore it up. I thought
Don't
it was.
wanna
I
do
thought
that.
I thought it was metal, and it was. It was.
So listen, shout out to Jimmy Mara,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Who was kind enough to offer up a trailer that he had because I want to use that to bring my mower to get it serviced. I haven't told Jimmy yet, so he's going to, if he watches this, he'll find out this way. Unfortunately, it's too small for my lawnmower. So
Well,
I'm going to reach out to him and say if he wants it back, or if not, I'm going to have to get one. So
You really want one of those, huh?
yeah, because they're going to charge you a certain amount of money to bring it back and forth.
How many times you got to use it that you got to pay the money to buy a new one?
And then I told you this. I also want to rent like a split seater and some other things. So I want to be able to, and you can put other crap back there. So it's a nice little storage thing.
We could put the team.
You'll
on there.
benefit. You'll benefit
We'll put
from
the
it.
team.
We could put a grill on it, and I can bring it to the game.
There you go.
Although
Or you could just put it in the back of your pickup.
That's a good point.
But I mean, you could use that.
No, but maybe I want to put like chairs back there.
Maybe we'll take it to the pub crawl.
Yeah.
We'll take it to the pub crawl that we don't have.
Right. That never happened.
Yeah.
And then I have a pool now. Right.
Yes.
So
You always had a pool.
I'm saying I didn't have one when I was a kid. So some of the stories that you talked about, now I'm the parent with the pool.
Right, and it's awesome. It's a
It
gathering
is.
place
It is.
for the
Well,
kids.
when we were going up to Maine, we weren't really around, so no one was going to the pool. But now we're not going to Maine. That's the only game
we
in
used
town.
to come in your pool. You didn't know it.
That's
We
fine.
used to come in with the family
That's
and all the cousins. We used to come.
Now, let me
the
ask you
house.
something. What if you did that and then, like, you, it's going to sound horrible, drowned? Would you sue me?
No, that's not me.
No, I know. But, like, that could happen, right?
We'd take whoever drowned, we'd bury him in the yard. It was
The backyard.
I don't know what happened to Timmy.
Yeah, it's wetlands back
Do
there.
you know
You'll
what
get in
people do,
trouble.
though? People do, like, B&B on their pools, you know?
That's
They do it.
trouble.
Yeah, I was watching something the other day, and it was like, I rented a pool. And the kid brought in his family, brought in his kids, and they went into someone's yard, and they went in their pool.
So you talk about Airbnb?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
So I'm going to give a little plug because they're our buddies, but Friends Talking Shop, one of their recent episodes, Josh was talking about, I think his daughter graduated from college. And so his dad got an Airbnb. And I think
wow.
the mom has like Parkinson's or something. And they misadvertised it. So like they showed a picture of the place and it was like first floor. So they're
Right.
thinking, oh, it's first floor.
Right.
It was on the third floor.
Ooh.
So there's a whole story there. So listen to Friends Talking Shop. They're good
Jeez.
people, and you can take a look on there.
It was
We
like-
never do Airbnb. Cassandra always likes the hotels, but I feel like you can get a good deal doing Airbnb.
I think
right?
so, yeah.
Have you ever done Airbnb?
No, but I will. Victoria has.
I feel like Jen's kind of like Cassandra, where they would rather have a hotel.
it depends. We're gonna try to go to North Conway at some point. She's not ready to go yet.
Yeah.
Because of her parents, she lost them, and I think that's what we're gonna do when we go up there because they had
Really?
a place up there and they sold it, which bummed me out.
Okay.
But when it's time, the Maras, Tammy, I was talking to today, they have a friend that has an Airbnb like right next to Storyland.
Oh,
It's really cool. So it's like that's right where her parents live, and that's right where we used to.
but you're not going to go to Storyland.
No, I mean I wouldn't now, but I mean we went there a million times.
Yeah, remember we
Where did
went with
go
our
together?
crew.
Did we go to Storyland?
Yeah.
Or did we go to? We went to Santa's Village, didn't we?
I think we did both.
I think we went to Santa's.
We
Village.
did both.
Poor Johnny.
Remember that? Everyone gets a free ticket.
So
Do you have one for me? No. What the fuck?
Oh, Johnny, I get a ticket.
I love Chris Wayland.
He was great. I mean, we stayed at the.
Yeah, it was great for you guys.
Yeah, well, you stayed at the hotel.
No, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it the Red Fox or something, or the Fox
Red Jacket?
Red Jacket.
Red Jacket. I don't know. We had fun though. That was.
It was a
See,
lot
that was
of
a
fun.
softball thing,
And it rained, right? Did it rain one time? It was like pouring rain and stuff.
It rained while we were in the park.
Yeah.
That was Storyland.
Yes,
My friend Billy came with us. Remember?
I do remember
Billy
that.
D and his daughters.
Yeah. And then when we went to the water park, there was like a water park there. Did we do the water park?
It was only a water park because it rained.
Oh, so maybe we need to go with you. That one of the places got a water park up there. Maybe it was the Red Fox.
No, there is. On the
But
way,
we never went. I thought we went, all of us.
maybe. We went to a water park with Joe D once.
Yeah.
Because I
That
remember,
was it.
Yeah, I remember being with him.
Yeah.
I think it was like the hotel in Danvers though. Wasn't it like
I feel
wasn't
like-
it Coco Keys?
No, I don't think it was Coco.
I feel like it was Coco Keys. Hey, that's something we used to do. Remember like Water Country? We did
Yeah,
that in the
yeah,
summer.
that was fun.
So like, all right, so I'll tell you this. This isn't on anything,
Yep.
but my family makes fun of me all the time. So like I skeeve public water,
I don't blame you.
right? So like the wave pool.
Yep.
And like I can do the wave pool, but people are like pissing in that water.
Of course
There's
they
kids
are.
Bugging, like there's all kinds of.
Yep.
I just skeeve that shit.
Yep.
So I'll go down the slides, but I don't want I always wore like boat shoes. Well, not boat shoes, but like the ones you could wear like that are
Water
pool,
shoes.
Yeah, like water
Yep.
shoes.
Yep.
But once I had flip flops on, right, and I was at a water park, and my flip flop broke. So like my wife watched me. I looked like Quasimodo, like dragging my foot
Because you weren't gonna let it
I
go?
wasn't going barefoot because I was in the showers, right? And the floors were soaked. It was like the bathroom and the showers. And she watched me. I watched her cry. She was laughing at me because like
she
I
didn't wanna
wasn't
do
like
that.
dragging my foot, but I wasn't walking properly, and I was like dragging my foot
So
because I skeeve water.
I will say that you are absolutely right to be skeeved out, because this is going to seem like a weird connection, but many, many years ago, I decided I wanted to get certified for scuba,
Okay.
right? So
Self-contained underwater breathing apparatus.
absolutely.
Scuba.
Very good. So one of the first things you do when you first go in the water is you go in a pool. So we're in a pool with, the mask and everything, and you're underwater for a good half hour. When I tell you if we were in a public pool, what you see floating around in the water.
Oh.
It's like, you're like, oh my God,
Yeah, no,
that's
it's gross.
And think about like actually taking water in when you're in a pool.
Yeah, it's just you see the kids, they stop. You know they're peeing. You know what I mean? It's like, ugh.
Yeah, you're right to
Like those slides were good.
But
Like,
I wouldn't worry about my feet.
I just didn't want. I just skeeved it. Like I would go in it. Whatever. The kids are in it. You're in it. You suck it up and you do it. You don't want to take a mouthful.
Right. No.
But I like the slides. Like remember those slides that went like not only straight down, but they actually tilted in. So you would like. Just,
I don't think
you
that
just, like,
works,
fall
does
off
it?
them. Yeah, that was water country. Did you ever go to water country in New Hampshire?
So if not water country, there was something called like Splash something up in Maine.
Splash Mountain, maybe.
Not Splash Mountain. It was called what was it? It was in like Saco, Maine. Similar,
No.
right? Like,
But we went as teenagers when we were kids. Like we would take someone's car when we were 16.
did you ever see that special on
Yeah, it was awesome. I loved that.
what was that called?
That was my friends as kids. That
No,
show. If
no,
you
but
watch that show, that's how I grew
No,
up.
but that was a specific water park
Yeah,
in New Jersey.
in New Jersey. It was
where
awesome.
people died.
Yeah, because all the rides were dangerous. People
Yeah.
would fall off and lose.
Oh,
their
we got to
teeth.
share that. It was unbelievable.
It was. Don't tell me it was.
Well, I know the name of it was something called like Danger
No,
something.
No, it was. Why are we gonna do? We do this all the time. It's
Well, we didn't know we were going to talk about this.
but it was a park in New Jersey in the was it the 80s?
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. And they would advertise and they wanted people from New York to go there. And my cousins went.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Everyone went. But it was so
Action Park.
Action Park.
Action. Yeah, right. It was Action Park.
Yeah.
And they had boats and like
Electric.
Yeah, like And then what else did they have? Like this.
They had one that was like, it did like a loop-de-loop, but then you were still under and people would hit their head and
Yeah.
they were like people breaking their
Yeah, they
teeth.
said there were teeth stuck in the thing. They had something that went across a highway. They had like a little like a Grand Prix
Yeah.
thing.
And they had
people
like
were,
the
tipping them
Alpine
over.
slide that would go too fast.
Yeah. People would just go off the tracks and off into the woods.
Yeah.
But like people died. Like people they got
Yeah,
sued.
they had 5 or 6 people that died and very sketchy, the people that owned it.
But the kids who ran it, it was
They
like
had no clue.
It was like it was a bunch of like 18, 17,
you ready
16,
for this?
15.
It was like
Yeah,
meatballs.
it was like meatballs.
Yeah.
And like the kid in charge is like 17.
That's no clue.
He's like, yeah, good. Remember, like they had the big cliff and people were jumping off, and then but the slide was coming out underneath it.
Yeah.
So like someone would jump off and just land on something.
Oh my God. But everyone went, you
It
know?
was called Action Park. That's on
Action
Netflix.
Park. But
So Class
no, but they were
Action Park.
Class Action Park.
Class Action
That's
Park was the
'cause-
documentary.
Yes.
That
And
was
I think
great.
it existed like till I don't know when it actually they stopped it.
Well, they got sued, and the guy didn't care.
No.
He was a lunatic
Yeah.
who had all kinds of money. He lied about taxes.
Oh,
He
yeah.
lied about everything. He, like, you know,
Yeah.
what about when they were putting the Mercurochrome on stuff? Like, remember when people would get like you get a road rash when
Yep.
when you hit the pavement?
Yep.
And they said they would come up with this red stuff and just rub it all over you, and it was like, you don't remember that?
I don't
Oh my God, it
remember.
was
I
like-
don't remember that.
Ugh.
No.
That documentary, we got to put it up. I think
Yeah.
I want to watch it again. It was
Yeah.
so much fun.
It was fun. And it's closed now, so you don't have to worry
Right,
about it.
right.
Right. All right. So I think we're going to finish up. We talked about the old ice cream versus slush debate. So if you had to pick in the summertime to have ice cream or slush, what would you have?
For me, I would pick slush.
You're wrong.
You asked me what I would pick. You didn't.
I'm just telling you, you're
It
wrong.
is my opinion.
Because here's the deal. If you like a fruity taste, guess what you can get? Sherbet. Is that considered ice cream?
No.
What do you mean?
Listen to me.
Why isn't sherbet
Lemon.
considered ice cream?
I'm going to give you 3 flavors. You go lemon, you go cherry, you go watermelon. Take one of those slushes, Richie slush. And
Oh, no. I mean, don't get me
that
wrong.
I grew up
I
with.
like them, but if I have to choose one,
It's so refreshing.
it is very refreshing. But I think you.
What about Italian ice? You ever have Italian ice?
I love Italian
I
ice.
still love Italian ice.
But there's way more options with ice cream. You can have chocolate. You can have chocolate
I'm
slush.
not saying you chocolates. Listen, ice cream's great.
Yeah,
You asked me
I
what I
said
would.
slush.
This is
great.
what you said. You didn't say what's better, what's best. You said
No,
what
we
would you,
said that.
You said what would you
No,
choose?
why are you acting like we agreed that
I
was,
would choose slush.
I know you would. We want to hear from you, right?
I go slush.
I know. You go slush. I go ice cream. Let's see.
Do you like slush?
I like slush, but I would choose ice cream over slush.
So my family last night.
Have this experiment.
No, it was like we're going. They call it. We're going out for a sweet treat.
Yep. Did you go to Benson's?
No, they go right to the friggin' store around the corner from your house. They just get. They'll get like a couple.
Oh, I mean
like a Ben and
Indian dude?
Jerry's. Yeah, the Indian dude. But they sell slush there,
They do.
so it's either slush or ice cream.
Yeah.
Everyone got slush.
Oh, you wouldn't get ice cream
Everyone
at
got
Country
slush.
Farm. You wouldn't get. Come
Well,
on.
they get Ben and Jerry's there. Like
What do they get at Richardson's?
Ice cream but they're going for ice cream.
Well,
I'm just saying the choice was in front of you last night. You could get like Ben and Jerry's or
Oh,
slush.
yeah,
Now
but that's-
you're saying, oh, like my family made a
whatever.
decision.
I know. Well, they're offspring of you.
So you're saying like a soft
they're
serve?
offspring of you.
They're their own people.
No, I'm talking. I'm not talking soft serve. I'm talking ice cream. I'm
In a
talking.
cone or in a cup.
Oh, in a cone.
Cone.
And if it's
Cone gets messy.
if it's melty, then you just ask for a cup too, and you just stick it in the cup, and you can still have the cone.
Listen, I like an ice cream. Don't get me wrong.
I know, and I like a slush.
But if I'm at the beach, I
Mhm.
want to I go slush. I feel like it's like so like a lemon. Like lemon's a nice refresher.
I love lemon. I love cherry. I don't like watermelon though.
Well, what would your third? Your blue raspberry. Would be your
No,
third choice?
I am either cherry or lemon. That's it.
I'm cherry or lemon. I might depends what mood I'm in, but like a watermelon, I wouldn't say would be bad.
It doesn't do it for me.
Really,
Yeah, and I love watermelon.
it's not great. It's not the best.
I know. I
think-
love watermelon.
All right, so give me lemon or cherry. What do you take if you had one? Choose one.
Probably.
I gotta tell
Well,
you,
if I don't
cherry.
care about my appearance, I would choose cherry.
I think I like cherry the best.
Yeah,
But I
your
love
whole
lemon,
lips
too.
look all red
Eh,
after you
whatever.
do it.
But
So,
you know,
Yeah. How about a mix? A
What's
nice
your favorite
lemon and
ice cream?
cherry. So if I was going to get an ice cream right now, I would probably get, the one that has like salted caramel and vanilla and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Cookie dough ish, that
So
kind of
that
stuff.
sounds like a Ben and Jerry. It's like a mixture of a lot of different
Yeah,
things.
I like that stuff.
I like.
We have an allergy in the family, so like I love peanut butter, but Abby's allergic, so we try not to get that.
I like maple walnut. Like I told you this before. I think you look funny at me, but I liked it. Like that was one of my favorites. But I like the Blizzard with the Heath bar in it.
Yeah.
Is that dairy?
Yes, I believe so.
Because McDonald's like there's a McFlurry.
I would
too.
not. Heath bar would not be my top pick for.
John. I love Heath bar in the vanilla.
That would be
ice
your
cream.
top pick
top pick every day.
before
I mean,
like
it's either that or like
Kit
Reese's.
Kat?
Reese's.
Reese's.
Or there's like.
I feel like Reese's would
I like
win.
Oreo. Like Oreo's good.
I know. Here we go.
I mean Oreos. No, I love crushed Oreo.
I know you do.
And
I like Oreos, but I don't like crushed Oreos in that case.
You don't?
No,
You know,
I would go if my daughter
like the
wasn't
cookies and cream ice cream is
Yes.
like Oreo cookies.
wouldn't
in
do
it.
that.
Really?
I don't know why.
It's tasty.
I'm not saying it's not. But
Any Oreo is tasty.
I
You know what we
guess-
got from Costco the other day?
What?
They're like Oreo ice
I need
cream
to start
sandwiches.
going there.
They're Oreo ice cream sandwiches.
I wouldn't do that.
Oh my god, they're awesome.
I would do a chocolate
Richard
chip
eats
Oreo.
two at a time.
I mean, a chocolate chip ice cream sandwich is what I would
It's
go.
like that.
I was at a wedding last Sunday.
Yep.
And they served that up
What?
because it was at the Beauport in
So
Gloucester.
chocolate chip cookie on either
chocolate
side.
chip cookie ice cream sandwich.
Oh, those are cool.
They handed it out
Yeah.
like after the meal. It
Oh.
was really good.
You know when those are good? After a couple of gummies. I'm serious.
Gummy bears, right? Yeah, the
sure.
sugar gummy bears.
Sugar.
So yeah, we want to hear from you. You know, whether you would go with the slush or whether you would go with the ice cream. Again, I think we both agree we like them both, but I would probably choose the ice cream.
Like I said, I love them both. I would choose a slush.
Got it. So
I think we're closer on this argument than we were with my water and your milk.
well, I think the whole world was on my side.
But you don't remember, like, I don't like milk. That's why I drink water with my stuff.
But you will have milk,
Only with cereal, maybe.
which means you'll have it.
But I don't really drink it. It's just I need something to kind of fix up my cereal.
I thought you told us that you put water in your cereal.
No, I lied. That was a joke. We talked about that. We talked about that.
I'm like,
Yeah.
water in your
I like
cereal?
whole milk. I told you I don't like watered down that 1%
Oh,
or 2%.
okay. All right, let's ask this question. So you're
Yeah.
putting something on the grill. Well, we kind of talked about hamburger, hot dog. But what's your favorite thing to cook on the grill?
Oh, maybe like steak. Good steak.
I think so.
Steak tips.
What's your favorite steak?
I like a strip. New
You
York
do?
strip.
I like a
Yeah. What's you like a ribeye?
I like a Delmonico, I think. Right?
So what is that?
I don't know. It's got like it's very, I don't know. It's like kind of marbleized right around the, I don't know, like a Delmonico, I think has a good taste to
So
it.
the marbleization, that's like a ribeye. So maybe
Right.
it's
But that's what the
ribeye type.
flavor is. The flavor's in the fat, right?
That's why I like a strip.
Okay.
You know, people like a fillet, but there's no.
Oh, and here we go. Medium or
Rare.
medium rare?
I had to school my son yesterday because we were making a couple of, strips, and he's like, "Don't undercook mine." He's like, "I want it well done." I was like, "Kid, I'm not making the steak well done. It's not happening."
Right.
Not my kitchen.
Right.
You know
he
what I
won't
mean?
even go medium.
No, he wanted me to put it in long because I like it medium rare.
I know you do.
Right. So like
I know you
I
do.
cooked ours together, and I left his on a little longer. So his ended up being medium. It was fine. Medium's fine.
There you go. When did you have this?
But I looked it up and I said, "What do chefs like, or how do people medium rare is like your what how you know."
Okay.
But that's a personal preference. It doesn't mean it's
Well,
right or wrong.
you just grouped yourself with chefs.
Well, no, I like what I like.
I know.
And if you go to a restaurant and say I want something well done, they make you sign paper. They don't want.
Oh,
to
really?
They don't even want to cook it for you because it ruins
You
it.
lose the taste, don't
Right?
you?
Yeah, it ruins it. My father was like that. He liked everything
You
like
said
shoe
that.
leather.
Yeah, you said
know,
that.
and so guess who else got shoe leather? Me, my
Right.
sister, because that's how
Right.
my mother cooked it.
Right.
We had pork chops. You could freaking throw them against the wall like a hockey puck.
I'm not a pork chop guy.
They're fine if you cook them and they're juicy and you put
I'm
peppers
just not
with
a
them.
pork chop guy. I like a pulled pork sandwich.
I wouldn't eat like if we went to a restaurant.
Mhm.
I wouldn't order a pork chop.
Right.
At any time.
What if it's like the only option on like a choose this or that thing?
What's the other choice?
Vegetable lasagna.
I take the pork chop.
See how I do the right thing to throw
I take
up
the
there?
pork chop. I mean, I would get. I guess if it's all that was there, I get it. I don't. I mean, if it's cooked well, it's good.
Yeah.
You know, this flavor. And
Yeah.
it's good.
How about lamb? Do you like lamb?
I've had lamb. I'm not big on it. I mean, Santapios has lamb.
It's got a smell to it, doesn't it?
I
that,
just
like,
get, I just have
can't-
steak tips.
Yeah.
Same thing-
Sausages.
same
Do
thing
you like
with veal.
sausages?
I love sausages.
Did you have to put like the
Actually, you
peppers
know
and
what?
onions?
I think I might have to change my mind. That might be my favorite.
Really?
Yeah, like I get the whatever
Spicy Italian
I
sausage?
like Bianco garlic and cheese sausage.
Well, now it's Bianco.
It's always Bianco. What do you mean?
Bianchi's? Bianca.
No, Bianco's a different company. Bianco.
Wait, so what do you get? Say it again.
They're Bianco sausages. They're in Medford. They
Okay.
They were in
A
Revere
little
forever.
spicy?
No, garlic and cheese. They have different kinds. They have
Oh.
like the ones you were talking about, like the red ones.
Yep.
The Asian ones. They have hot. They have.
How about kielbasa?
I mean, I had linguiça. I mean, the Portuguese to me, like that's like a Portuguese sauce. I like
like
That's
that.
a little spicy. It's more red.
I like that.
Yeah, nope, that's good.
Yeah, I like that.
But you're right though. Like if you get a good sausage on the grill, it's good.
But do you do you ever take like onions and you like almost caramelize them in all this butter and then mix that in with the sausage?
I put peppers with my sausage. I don't
Green?
I don't go onions. I go like pepperoncinis, like so they're a little spicy.
Okay.
Not
Guess what I don't like?
spicy.
I don't like a green pepper.
Really?
I like
Do you
a
ever have
red pepper.
Pepperoncinis though? They're not
Yeah,
the same
that's
thing.
different, right? But I'm saying a standard green pepper, I just don't like it.
Yeah, I like red.
I can have a red pepper.
I
You
would
like,
go red, orange, yellow,
Yeah.
then green's last.
yeah, I don't like green, and I feel I feel like it does taste different.
There's a different taste to it.
Right?
There's absolutely a different taste
Yeah,
to it.
I don't
There's
like
definitely
that.
a different taste.
I don't like it. All right, I'm going to say a phrase.
Let me ask you one thing before,
Yeah, yes.
because there's a little debate in my house too.
Yeah.
I'm the only one in my house who does it.
Yep,
Do you toast your buns or not? Do you grill your buns or no?
with a sausage and a hot dog.
Anything
If,
like hamburger rolls.
yeah, I would say
hot dog
that
rolls.
if I'm doing something special, I would toast it. Meaning, I appreciate that.
Yeah. See,
Do you-
I would I toast everything.
Do you butter it before you toast it?
No, I would do that if I were in the house on a griddle or something like.
Yeah. How hard is it to put butter on a thing?
But no, I wouldn't do it if I were out on the grill.
Do you have like the special thing that's a little bit further up, and that's where you put it on the grill so it doesn't burn?
Yeah, I got
See,
one. of
I
those.
mean, it sucks if you burn it.
But-
then the
But
game's
what I'm
over.
saying is like my kids don't want it grilled, and it's like you put a hot dog in a roll, it's squishy.
I know. I don't
You
mind
know what I
that
mean?
either, though.
You
if
put a
it's good.
burger on a non-toasted roll, and there's like juices on it, and it makes
Yeah.
the thing. Who wants a wet friggin' bun?
Sometimes I get lazy and I don't want to toast it.
You gotta just put them on the rack right up here.
I
You don't have
gotcha.
to. You don't have to burn them. You just
Yeah.
get them a little firm.
Again, I appreciate it done that way. I
Yeah.
do, but I don't always do it that way.
I get yelled at.
Oh, for doing it.
Yeah.
For spending
So
the
no,
time.
yeah.
No one would yell at me if I did that in my house. Do you
I mean,
wanna
not yell,
do you
but
want to move in?
they'll shame
Do you
me.
want to come over?
Yeah. You know what I do? One time I burn it, I just scrape a little bit. scrape it off. Looks great. I'm not wrong with that.
No, that
Dad,
you
you
have
burned
to
it.
do, you have
No,
to,
I didn't burn it.
You have to do that.
Oh.
Yeah. Or you just throw it away and put another one on.
All right.
I'm going to say a phrase. You tell me what it reminds you of. Can we make you a plate?
I mean, it reminds me when I was a kid.
Because what happened? When,
Well, like, if Uncle Bobby couldn't get there, it's like, look, I'm going to make Bobby a plate. Does he want like a couple of burgers? You think he wants corn on the cob? What does he want? And I don't know if that's an Italian thing or if it's an inner city thing.
is it an Italian inner city? Is it a Boston thing?
I
Is it
don't
like
know.
a New England
Did
thing?
you guys say that?
I mean, I've heard that phrase. We didn't use it a lot. I don't think we used,
I mean, we do it for anything.
Yeah, I wonder if that is something that people do all over the
Yeah.
country.
I mean, even if there's like, we had something at my house for Jen's family
Yep.
or something. And it's like, there's extra food. I'm going to make Auntie Jen a plate. I'm going to make
nice.
a plate. We could make a plate for her, make a plate.
I wouldn't mind a plate right now. Starting to
But-
get a little hungry.
Some like,
Can I give a little tip?
Sure.
This is a grill tip. Have you ever seen this? So if you're cooking a bunch of hot dogs, right?
Mhm.
You get 2 skewers,
I saw that.
Right?
You flip them.
and you put the skewer on, like, so you got all the hot dogs like this. You put the skewer through on one side of the hot dog, on one side, and then the other side, and that way they're all together, so you can flip them.
It's a good hack.
Yeah, because I usually try to do it one at a time, and sometimes it
Hot dogs are so easy. Like, I just leave them there. Whatever happens, happens. You know what I mean? They're just like over there.
is it true that you can eat a hot dog without cooking it? Like
Yeah,
it's already been cooked?
Like bologna, isn't it?
Is that the deal?
Yeah.
I
But
like
there, I
When's the last time you had bologna?
a long time ago.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not good for you, right?
My hot dogs, I freeze them.
And then put them on the grill?
Yeah, because they cook this, doesn't matter. I leave them, I get like the Hebrew Nationals.
I'm sorry, I can't get off the bologna. Have you ever had the eggs with the bologna? Like you fry it
I
egg.
used to fry bologna.
Yeah, but you fry it and then you fry the egg and you put the bologna on top of the egg.
Remember Spam?
I never had Spam.
I used to have Spam when I was
Did
a
you
kid.
really?
I had Spam. I felt like my mother had it when she was growing up because she
Yeah, yeah.
didn't
Yep.
have money. And
Yep.
so like, once in a while.
Did you
we-
like it?
No.
Oh, okay.
It was like bologna, but it was worse.
Yeah, I don't think I don't know. I
Like
wouldn't
you
even
fry anything.
I wouldn't even know what it tasted like, right?
I felt like it had like a bologna taste. I didn't eat a ton of it, but
Okay.
it literally came in one of those cans like
Yes.
you twist,
Yes.
like you twist back and it was
Yeah.
like kind of like compressed something
Yeah.
in a thing. It
Yeah.
can't be good.
So Ricky, I don't know. Are we kind of done?
Watermelon?
I like it.
Always go watermelon.
It's good. It's
How do you-
healthy.
See the way they cut them now?
No.
Like, how we cut them in wedges?
Oh no, with
They
the
do this
that-
now and they
that
go
thing-
like this and you pull them up like a finger.
No, I thought it's a special device that like gouges it this way and you can gouge that way and it makes it all squares. Or something?
So, yeah, I saw something where like you just cut
Yeah,
it
it's
certain
like
ways.
it's a metal thing
you
like
pull
this,
it out,
and then yeah.
But like we had the triangles, right?
When you were a young adult, did you ever like put the hole in it and put like vodka in it, and then you can have like a vodka concoction?
No, I just drank them.
I think we did that in college one time.
with,
I don't know.
with in the whole watermelon.
Yeah, you cut a hole in the watermelon and then you pour the vodka in, and then it just mixes with the watermelon. And then when you take the watermelon, it's alcoholic
No, that sounds
watermelon.
good.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Should we try that summer?
I'll do whatever the fuck you want.
We didn't tell you, but we're on YouTube. We're on.
You know what you should do on YouTube?
What?
Subscribe, like and subscribe.
That would be good.
Right?
Yeah.
Like and subscribe.
It's all it takes.
And you can ask us,
Very simple.
maybe a little comment.
Yep.
Anything.
Maybe tell a friend.
Yeah. All you have to do is hit the subscribe button.
That's it.
Not just
Not hard
like
at
this,
all.
Boop.
Nope.
That's it.
So we're there. We're Spotify, Apple Podcast. We're on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. We're trying to create more short form content.
Johnny Mac's doing some.
No, I
very
think we
funny-
told you that. And let me tell you this: if you're a dad or a parent, right? We've created some Gen X to Gen Z stuff. We're starting to trigger the Gen Z population. They're starting to get defensive. Right?
They should.
We need your help. Right?
Right.
You need to defend our turf. Okay. So check it out. Comment the whole thing. Right?
And if you have any ideas that you want
Yes.
to put something out there, this man here can produce.
Yeah,
anything.
no, we all
He does a
can.
good job.
You and I can. So, what's coming up? I think we might have Jeremy on to talk about investing.
I want to talk about golf too with him
Okay,
because I got to tell you,
good golfer.
the kid's a good golfer.
Good golfer.
Good guy.
Yep.
You know what my son said to me?
What?
You know what? It was pretty cool. He's like, Dad, he's a really good golfer. He goes, but he's a really nice guy.
Oh, look at that.
He said, and like that was he's just like, he's a really nice guy.
That's
I was
awesome.
like, yeah, Jeremy's a good dude. I mean, he like
That's what you
Ryan,
want
too.
people to say about you, right?
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
He is a good
so he's
guy.
a good dude.
So I think we might have that. And then, like I said, we'll let you guys know
What about the
when.
Duke? We're gonna do the Duke.
Yeah, I think we're going to go on site with Duke. We had him on earlier. He's got a bar?
He's
in
got
his
a nice
basement?
setup, a nice,
Yeah.
man cave type situation. But
So
he's
we
got,
might be
he's got
talking
some high level
bourbon. Are we talking bourbon or
Yeah.
scotch or
He's
whiskey?
got some high
or-
level, like
Yeah, good stuff.
yeah. And we might try to get our Patriots expert
Yes.
Sully in there.
Yes, he's a professional drinker.
Right. So we'll have, so Duke has a really cool setup and
Yep.
he's nice enough to invite us there. So
We'll do that. And
we
I
might
think
go on
we want to
location.
take the show on the road a little bit too. So be on the lookout for that.
Right.
But as Ricky has pointed out, just tell us what you want to see, what you want to hear. Like
Right.
we're here for you.
You got it.
Right?
Yes.
So as we always, first of all, have a great summer, even though we'll be on again in the summer.
Right.
But
Yep.
but you might as well start having fun in the summer now. Right?
Do it. Yes.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And then Ricky.
We'll see you.